Rare Books USA online sales monthly reports. Rare Books USA's eBay, Etsy, and whatnot stores are subsidiaries of Data Productions Media. Earnings reports, monthly style updates, tracking sales, expenses, and future business advancements. At the start of 2025, we had a forward guidance of $25,000 in revenue. Recently, 2 months back, we updated our guidance to be $30,000 in revenue at the end of the year. So you can see there is confidence in what this business is doing, and there's growth on the horizon for us to do a 5K forward guidance update. And just to christen it off before I get into all the numbers, art sales, antique, and vintage books equals 333 in English Ordinal. So you know I'm in the right place, highly energetic. I should be doing this. I need to be doing this. And the results speak for themselves. And so Rare Books USA eBay store monthly reports, also put in Etsy as well. So it's eBay and Etsy store monthly reports. And for the month of July on eBay, we did, let me zoom in, we did $3,149.24. We had 107 items sold. We hit 100 in June. So we added on another 7 in July, which is great. The average sale per item was $29.43. It was like $34 last month. I had a lot of big sales last month, a lot of high dollar sales last month. But it's nice to have, you know, that month over month 3,000 revenue mark, right? I had 3,400 last month. I have 3,100 this month in revenue. So obviously it was a dip. Obviously, I'm not going to just grow month after month all the time. Obviously, this is retail and there's slow periods and stuff like that. But to have that goal and reach that mark again of 3,000 plus, you know we're on the right page. So the net sales for that was 2,100, so $2,164.32. And then for the year on eBay as a total, we have generated $16,414.15. We have sold 538 items. Average sale price has been $30.51, which overall is good. I wanted to get it higher overall, but that just comes with, you know, inventory, sourcing properly. But it's a great start, and we're always continuing to grow in that. Rare Books USA, we have 74 followers. We have sold 795 items thus far in our history. We have 99.4% positive feedback. I've only had 2 negative reviews out of like 370 some positive reviews. Obviously, if you do enough sales, not everybody's always going to be happy with their thing, even if you try to acquiesce to their needs. But with that being said, I think my store speaks for itself, right? And so I've sold just under 800 items, right? I have 74 followers. That means 1 follower gain per 10.7 orders. So almost every 11 orders, I'm gaining a follower, which means, you know, with only a couple of days, you know, every couple of days I'm receiving a follower. That I have to be doing something good, right? If 1 out of 11 people are following my store for more product in the future, they have to like what I'm doing, right? So I think that's a very enlightening stat, and that's something I look at a lot. I'd love to get it down even lower. I'd love to be under 10 if that was possible, because if I could get 1 follower gain at 9 orders, I mean, that means customer service is doing really good, speed of service. That means, you know, people really liking my product, my inventory. I'm describing it. I'm giving good deals that they want to be a part of this community. And so I heavily looked at that a lot. And then, so look at the chart. This is what the chart's looking at right now for eBay. This is what I've been doing month over month since January. You see this, boom, boom. So look, January was a pretty good start to the month, just under 2,000 after the holidays. I wasn't even full time yet. So you have January right here, boom. February slow, March slow. So look, you see this decline, decline. I go full time, right? I transition to full time, and this is what you see. So part time, part time. So I can't grow as fast as I can. I can't grow as fast as I can. Part time, part time. Don't have the time. I go full time, right? April comes, just going boom, boom. April, boom, 2,000. May, over 2,000. June, over 3,000. June again, July, over 3,000. So you're seeing that recovery in sales with more time I'm putting into the business. So that's awesome to see. That's awesome to see. You can tell my business is growing, and that's just eBay. And I want to bring up my new frontier that I've been really working on is Etsy, right? I've been really working on my new frontier, which has been Etsy. So right now, obviously, I'm still Rare Books USA on Etsy. I have made only 4 sales. I have 249 active listings, but I do have 1 review, 5-star review. Now, if you know something about Etsy, customers don't give reviews as much as eBay buyers, but Etsy doesn't easily coerce the buyer and give them positive feedback as much as eBay does. So you'll see a lot of people with a lot of sales on Etsy, but with not a lot of reviews, just because of the culture and the community. It's not pushed as much, all right? But, just to have 4 sales and to have 1 positive review, the 25% rate on that, that's nice to see. The numbers are a little bit wonky revenues-wise for Etsy. That's because there's a lot of fees that I'm going to go over that go into play. Ad fees, Etsy fees, platform fees, and stuff. But with the 4 orders and what Etsy's telling me, I generated a revenue of 106. But if we look at what I did in the month of July, I had sales of $170.70. I made 3 sales in July, which was really nice. So I have a net profit of $17.48. The fees are out of control, and I'm gonna get into it on my next slide. The shipping banged me over the head because it was one was an international shipping, and it was an offsite ad purchase. So I literally lost money on an international order, but I'm getting that in the next slide. But it's a learning experience. This is the frontier we're talking about. When I started eBay way back when, there was a lot of mistakes I was making. Obviously, when you're at a new frontier, you don't know everything, so you're making mistakes. Same thing with Etsy. Etsy is a slower platform, especially for books, but I do see a lot of potential. The competition isn't as large. And I believe if I curate it correctly, like I know how to brand, I think I could really have a killer secondary platform on Etsy. And so looking at my sales in total for Etsy and eBay in July 2025, I made $3,319.94. And I might add, in the month of June, I didn't have an Etsy sale, so I did $3,400 on eBay alone. So I did $3,300 with eBay and Etsy this month, which is nice. And then when you look at my linear forward guidance, which is just linear, if I stay on track where I'm at right now, it's slowly creeping up a little bit. I have $16,520.15 that I've made on both platforms. And I didn't even add Whatnot, right? I guess I should have added a Whatnot too. I made about $200 on Whatnot. So this linear guidance should be even higher, right? And so it'd be 16 720, 15. So we're barreling down. The linear guidance is evening out to about $12,360 a month, which over a 12-year span would be $28,000, $320.26. So we're getting to that forward guidance, and this is really not including what's going to happen in October, November, December, and Q4, which is everybody's Super Bowl in the retail online space. And so I'm setting myself up for success. I should really be over $30,000 in sales by the end of the year. And such. I guess talking about Whatnot, will I have another Whatnot show at some point this year? Possibly. I would like to think so. But I'm trying to just get other pipelines and other systems in place before I get back into Whatnot. It's a different type of sale. It's a different type of way to generate revenue. And right now, I want to focus on the ones that align more properly with me, right? So that's why I'm diversifying into Etsy right now more than Whatnot, because Etsy is just a smaller eBay. It's still growing, and it's a very similar type of sale, a capturing of sale, which, as I grow, I'm gonna have to get a shipper. I might have to get a lister, which they can do eBay and Etsy. It's a totally different way how to do it on Whatnot. And so I might have another Whatnot show, hopefully, this year. But right now it's on the back burner. I'm not worried about it. And I do want to bring up, because I'm in the community Paper Gold and I love it. Check out Paper Gold. Check out their Patreon. You can join the Discord and stuff like that for $20 a month. It's very valuable. I'm coming up on a year, but I want to say, and there is a big push on Whatnot right now, which is okay, but timing is everything, in my opinion. And if Whatnot, so live stream auctions is here to stay for online sellers and stuff. That's not leaving. Whatnot is more of a pioneer for online auctions and streaming right now. eBay has a live auction platform, but it's in the beta stage. It's still growing out very, very slowly. Whatnot still the Wild West, but it's growing a lot faster. eBay's been around for 30 years, I think, at this point. People can still go on eBay today and make a living and have a career out of it. And it's proven. And I think eBay is going to be around for another 30 years, if not longer, as they continue to grow and such. Same with Amazon and their deal. Same with Etsy. Etsy's been around, I think only 2018. So I could be wrong. I think it's coming up on 10 years. So Etsy is a little bit more mature than Whatnot, less mature than eBay, but it's a stabilized platform. I'm gonna look at Etsy's establishment date real quick just to get that. 2005. So actually, they've been around for 20 years. Okay, and so that brings up another key point. Etsy has been around for 20, right? And then eBay's been around for 30 in 1995. So those are the two platforms, and you can see the difference. You can see that 10-year difference play out. Etsy in 10 years might be where eBay is today. We don't know where eBay is going to be 10 years from now. And Whatnot started a couple years ago. Let's see, Whatnot establishment date. In 2019. So it's been around for 6 years. So where's it going to be at in 5 years? Is it going to be, still around? Are they still going to grow? So there's still a lot of growth to have. There's still a lot of growth there for them. And I'm not worried, because live stream auctions here to stay. And if Whatnot's not around in 5-10 years, something else will. It might be eBay. It might be Etsy. So I think I can be late to the party to it and still make a strategic move to make some good money on the platform. And hey, I might eventually just have somebody hire somebody to do whatnot for me. I might not be doing the sales myself long term. So something to think about. That's what I have on monthly reports from that sales end. But let's look at Rare Books USA financial and fundamental reporting. The balance sheet looking pretty good still. The book industry, online reselling, again, it's not really capital intensive. Obviously, it costs money. To make money, you're going to need storage. You're going to need equipment. There's a lot of labor intensity involved. But I think we're well capitalized enough to pay monthly bills. We have money coming in generating, so that's not an issue. I don't have to have a lot of cash on my books, asset wise, to run this business successfully. Do I need cash to pay the bills and buy inventory? Yes. Do I need boatloads of cash? No. And so you'll see for July 31st, 2025, or just a month of July in general, I did have an owner's draw of $350. So I paid myself essentially $350. And I plan on paying myself portions at the end of the month, every month moving forward, to start paying myself, because I fully believe you're not a good business, you're not a really successful business until you can actually tangibly pay yourself out. If you're not ever paying yourself, or you're not getting any type of payment, are you making enough to cover your expenses in general? So that's how I feel about it. If I ever take any company public one day, in regard to the book business, I may just pay myself in shares and not take a salary, but that's a whole different other animal. As you can see, my total cash in, cash out, it's been fluctuating. Obviously, you saw a big investment in April, at cash in, cash out, but it's been pretty even overall. There's been some months where we've had more cash inflow than out. There's some months we've had a lot more cash outflow than in, but the difference has been pretty steady in general. Now, looking at the income statement, the profit and loss for the last 7 months. So let's just look at the bottom. Net income, we are a negative $2,000. Last couple months, it has been decreasing. I actually got into $2,000 earlier this month and last month, but obviously paying for inventory, other expenses. Automobile expensive is one expense that has been something, gas, driving around, repairs and such. General expenses, that's all inventory. Income tax, insurance, I'm paying a lot, insurance, health insurance. So these are the things, postage and delivery. These are the things that play a factor in my net income, right? So that's coming down. I believe I should be in the profit by the end of Q4, because you have to understand the compounding process as an operator. You get better inventory for cheaper if you're buying properly, higher margins for selling higher prices with cheaper inventory, higher volume to come. So there will be more money coming in at the end of the year. Again, that's a battle that I'm always going to have. My goal right now is to get, over $5,000 a month on monthly revenue generation on all platforms. But to get to that $100,000 level, I'm gonna need $8,000 a month, I'm like 40% of the way there now. And so I think I do have enough growth in my situation right now that I could have an $8,000 a month, maybe in December, maybe in November, in Q4, to project out, okay, I can do $100,000 if I have the space, the growth, the time to. And so there's a lot of exciting things happening with Rare Books USA. It's very incremental growth. It's very linear growth. the exponentialities are happening on different levels of the business, but it's not translating into like exponentiality in like sales. But I do believe that's going to come in the future. Getting better inventory, having better networking, having better operations, just being really cognizant on what I'm spending money on and how I'm making my money. So obviously very excited for what we're doing. We're going to get that net income, hopefully to positive by the end of the year. And we're doing some good things. But if you stayed the whole time, if you stayed through this whole video and you like what you see, make sure you subscribe to the Rare Books USA YouTube channel. You go into the link in the description or in the comment section. You check out my other channels. You check out my links, my Discord to have more community with me, and continue to follow my journey. Obviously, I'm always producing content for you guys to learn from.